we know that they have a lot of talent in their team, but we know that if we play well, then we play really well as a team, and we saw that in the first two games that we played, very clinical performances, and we just focused on exactly what we need to do. We're not focusing too much on what the opposition has to do or what they will bring to the table. We need to believe in our strengths, and we believe if we play well as a team, as I mentioned, we can beat any side in the world, and that's the kind of confidence we have carried in the first two games, and we want to continue in the same manner in the next whatever coming games we have. Yeah, I mean, the conditions and the length of the game will obviously make us think about a few combinations that we could potentially go in with. Look, as I said, we're not focusing too much on the strengths of the opposition. The kind of spinners and the kind of bowlers that we have in our team, it's difficult for any team to just come out and attack these guys straight away. There's a certain level of risk involved as well when you have world-class bowlers bowling at you and you want to go at them. So I think, as I said, we need to focus on the things that we do well as a side and the kind of combination that we are comfortable with, because we back all the players in our team and expect them to put in performances and turn up on the day and execute what they are best known for. But yeah, the length of the game and looking at the conditions, we will definitely think of a few combinations. I think the best way to approach something like this, if one focuses on too much on what's going on the outside, is to understand that the game starts tomorrow at a certain time and it finishes at a certain time. So it's not going to last a lifetime for you, whether you do well or you don't, right? And that's the one thing that as cricketers always keeps you grounded, always keeps you focused, because our tournament, whether we do well or as a team or we don't do well, tomorrow is not going to finish. So even if we have a good performance as a team, or a performance where we feel like we can improve in more areas, the tournament still has to go on. So I think the focus always has to be on the larger picture, but on that particular day, you need to come out there as a team and execute the plans that you have as 11 guys on the field. So that way, no one person takes more pressure than the other. Even if you talk about the youngsters in the side, they will feel like they have the support of seniors. And as a whole unit, you understand that 11 guys share responsibility, and that's been our message from the day that we came here, that it's all about the team. As I said, we're not focusing on the opposition. So for us, no one's a threat. For us, no one player matters more than the other. For us, it's about going in onto the park as the Indian cricket team and taking on whichever team is in front of us. If we play well, as I said, we can beat any side in the world. If you don't play well, teams are going to come out and beat you. So that's how simple the game of cricket is, and it should be. And in our minds, nothing changes according to the opposition. So we're only focusing on playing the kind of cricket we're known for. Not singling out any player from the opposition or focusing on one particular player more than the other. I don't see it as a massive challenge, because even the teams that you know very well, you still have to go out there and play good cricket. And if you play good cricket, if you do the basics better than the opponent, then invariably in cricket you win. Unless someone comes out and creates a match-winning magical performance all by himself. More often than not, if 11 guys execute what they're supposed to on the field with absolute precision and focus, you end up winning the game more often than not. So for us, it's as I said, the most important thing and the most crucial thing is to focus on us as a team and what our strengths are. And we believe that if we do our strengths well, that is good enough for anyone in the world and up against anyone in the world. So we have to carry that kind of belief. And for us then, familiar oppositions, unfamiliar oppositions don't matter, because you understand that if you don't play well, you don't win. And if you play well, you can win against anyone. So I think our focus will be to do that and do that consistently, because it's a long tournament and we need to keep playing the kind of cricket we have played in the first two games. Tense was Champions Trophy 2009, where UV fractured a finger and I was literally flown in, and in 2 days' time I was playing against Pakistan at Centurion, and I hadn't experienced anything like that before. And I played a very bad shot and I couldn't sleep till 6 in the morning. I was looking at the ceiling thinking, that's it, I've flown in and now I'm finished. So yeah, that was the most tense moment I've experienced. The most funny, there have been many funny moments. I mean, over the years, I mean, I can't explain an incident properly, but it happened during the World Cup, and in Mohali there was a little incident which I saw from the opposition side, which I can't really elaborate here, but yeah, that was quite funny. I mean, it was involving Shahid Afridi and Wahab. So I was standing at the non-strikers end, and I heard a conversation which, as I said, I can't elaborate here, but yeah, in a high pressure game that made me laugh. That's all I can say. Look, I can't tell the fans to think of the game in a particular manner. For us, it's professional approach to the game which is most important. We can't get too emotional or too overexcited with any occasion that we play in. So obviously the mindset of the player is always going to be different from the fans. You can't mix the two. You can't expect the fans to think in a professional manner, focusing on each ball. Our attention span has to be very precise on the field because we have that split second to make a decision. But from the fans' point of view, looking at the atmosphere and the frenzy around the game, I wouldn't say it's easy to think like a player. And for the players, it's very, very crucial to be absolutely professional and beat any team you're up against. I mean, in a World Cup, we will have full stadiums in every game. So it's not going to be drastically different atmosphere from any of the other games. It's going to be a full stadium. We know that. We expect that to happen in all the games that we play. But look, the fans' point of view is very different, and they should enjoy the atmosphere. They should enjoy the occasion the way they want to and the way it's been enjoyed for years. But the players obviously have to maintain the mindset that we have maintained for years approaching any kind of game, whether it's India, Pakistan, India, Australia, India, England, or South Africa, whoever it is. Our mindset remains the same, which is to go out there, be professional about our cricket, and execute what we are expected to execute, because this for us is a responsibility, and people expect us to play a certain way, and that's our focus.